Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be starting our foundational geometry unit. And we're going to first take a look at points, lines, and planes. Oh my. All right, so these are like the big kind of overall themes of geometry. All right, so essential question here, how do different geometric terms build off one another in geometric space? We'll talk about that. Hopefully by the end of the notes, you guys can answer that question on your own, okay? So to start off with a point, all right, we have points, lines, planes. A point has no dimension. All right, so a point is exactly what it sounds like. It's a dot, right? We use a capital letter, all right, to kind of show that capital letter, which is important. All right, here's the annoying thing about today is the fact that all these different terms have their own, like, particular letters they use to mark them. Okay, so capital letter, capital A, capital B, so on and so forth. If you want to think about like a giant map, it could just be like a little dot in a map, like a little thumbtack. You get the idea. A line extends in one dimension. Okay, highway on the map. So a line goes in both directions. The arrows are the most important thing. Okay, we can call this line two different things. You can give it 2 points, and you can call it line CD. Now I picked capital C and capital D. You could pick capital XY. Don't matter, but they must be capital letters because they're points, right? But you can also call it a single lowercase letter. So here's your two options. You can call it line CD or line M, and we're going to do both, depending on what they give you a lot of times, okay? Finally, a plane extends in 2 dimensions. A plane just looks like a tabletop. All right, I drew a parallelogram. You could draw a square, you could draw a box, and we use a capital letter again here. Okay, not lowercase, but a capital. All right. So those are our big 3, and we're going to talk about them a lot today. And the tough part about geometry is you have to be a little creative in your mind. So, I mean, you're on paper, like, right? You're on a piece of paper. You got to visually see this popping off the paper at you. 2 or more geometric figures intersect if they have 1 or more points in common. The intersection of the figures and the set of the points the figures have in common, okay? So it's just saying if I have, say, 2 lines, they're going to meet at a point, okay? And we'll talk about later if I have 2 planes, they intersect at a line, which we'll discuss that, all right? Quick write, if collinear points are points that lie in the same line. So this is a vocab word for you guys. Collinear points, collinear, cooperating on the same line. Then what are coplanar points? Well, collinear, coline, coplanar, coplane, okay? Coplanar are points on the same plane. Okay, cool. Can think of a real life example of both types. Collinear, where would you see points in the same line? All right. I use the example of desks in the classroom. I know you can't see that right now in this video, but like desks in the classroom going straight back, right? Coplanars, if you look at all the desks in my room, if you're all points, there you go. Okay, they're all on the same plane. So we've got naming collinear and coplanar points using this diagram to the right. Name 3 points that are collinear. Okay, so you're looking at here for 3 points that are on the same line. Well, going straight up, you've got point D. Point A is right here, and C. So we write capital D, capital A, capital C. You could have wrote capital C, A, D, so on and so forth, but capital letters are important. Name 3 points that are coplanar. All right, so 3 points that are inside that box. There's 4 of them, so just pick any 3 you'd like. I'm going to go with CBD. All right, CBD, cool. Okay, or BAC or BAD or whatever you'd like. Okay. Name 4 points that are not coplanar. Well, okay, there's 4 points that are on here. Pick any 3 of them, and then the 4th one's up there chilling. So I'm going to say points D, B, C, and E. D, B, C, and E, because that point's way up top. All right. This right here is highly important. All right. We'll talk about this in class a lot. Just put little stars here. My line Okay, just goes back and forth. Just a quick example. I kind of already drew up top, but we'll do it again. We'll call it line CD. Okay, and there's our notation for it. When you name a line, you put the 2 letters and you put the actual drawing on top of it. All right, geometry is very literal. What you see is what you get. Line is 2 arrows, goes in both directions forever, never stops, right? So when you name it, make sure you put arrows on top of it. A line segment is exactly what it sounds like. It's a part of a line. It starts and stops. All right, so if I have something like this, we'll call this EF just to mix it up. How I'd write out the name for that, okay, EF, and you put a segment over top of it. I know, ooh, okay, crazy. Endpoint is just literally a point, all right? So like point E, we'll go at top one. Ray starts and goes in one direction. So we'll call this GH. When I name this ray, it starts at G, it goes through H. So when I look at my symbol on top, the symbol starts at G, and then you put the arrow going over H. Like I said, geometry is very literal, to the point. Get it? All right. Initial point here would be point G. It's literally going off this picture. It's where it's starting, okay? And then opposite rays, kind of goofy. I'm gonna go with X, Y, Z here. So if I have a line with 3 points on it, you have one ray that is YX, and you have one ray that is YZ. Notice how I did Y first for both of them, because I'm starting here, it goes this direction. I start there, go that direction. Okay, wonderful. On to the back. Sketching the figure described, the line that intersects a plane in one point, right? So guys, I'm never going to judge you really on your artistic ability. Please do the best you can. So here is my plane. I'm going to call this plane T. And then a line hits it at one point. I'm going to hit it right on the edge there. We'll call that point A. And I'm going to call this line M. So a lot going on there. There's different ways to draw it. Probably your easiest one. Sometimes you can draw it like this if you really want to be creative. See how it's dashed lines there? It means it's going behind it. So 2 planes intersect in a line, okay? Here's the easiest way to draw it. There's one plane, I'll call it plane X. And then your other one, they meet at the corner. Call that plane Y. There you go, okay? There's 2 planes, they intersect right here. Good to go. Sometimes, like I drew a little bit earlier, you can get a little creative with it. You can have them intersecting like so. It gets a little more complicated when you draw it that way, whatever you feel comfortable drawing. And lastly, draw a line and label 3 points on the line. A, B, C, and name a pair of opposite rays. Well, we just did this. One's going this direction, BA, with the appropriate symbol, and BC with the appropriate symbol. Okay. Again, you'll never be judged on your artistic abilities to the best you can. I'm heading towards the last bit here. Okay, student practice. Decide whether the statement is true or false. So looking at this picture, point A lies on line L. Well, here's line L. Is point A on that? No, because point A is over here. All right, it helps if you draw your pen down sometimes. That would be false. Point B on line L? Good, because I put my pen straight across, right on it. True. Point C lies on line M. Looking good. Okay, just follow the line for line M. True. Point D lies on line M. Again, be careful because there's my line, but D is clearly not on it, so that's false. Okay, last few. Thanks for hanging in there. Name a point that is collinear with the given points. F and H. Now, this one, don't make this difficult. F, H, follow it, follow, K. Okay, point K, capital letter. K and L, KL, follow, M. Okay, collinear, same line. J and N, so this one, J and N, they jump, right? But what's in between J and N? Okay, J and N, follow it, L's right there. And lastly, H and G, okay, follow it down, follow in the direction, J. Okay, collinear, same line, points on same line. Okay, coplanar, points on same plane. So DC and F. I like to see the one that completes the box for the most part. DCF, DCF, DCF. This little box over here, point G. E, F, and G, E, F, G, close the box, E, F, G, H. B, C, F, we're in the back now, B, C, F, E. Here's the tricky one, all right? B, C, G. You just told us to complete the box. B, C, G, it slides down to the front. So slide down the front, the other side, H. It's like diagonal cut, all right? So guys, I hope this video helped. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, all right? But we will be talking about this a good bit. But yeah, keep up the great work and good luck. We're all counting on you.